Hi, Audrey. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi. I wanted to go over confidentiality again really quick. Remember last time we talked about how this space is confidential, but if you discuss any like abuse or neglect of a vulnerable person, then or it would I'd have to report it. Also, if you um discuss intent to harm yourself and or others, I also would have to report that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Last time we talked, you discussed a little bit about anxiety, about your upcoming trip. Um, are you still feeling anxious about that? You want to talk about that today, or do you want to talk about something else?
Yeah, I'm still feeling pretty anxious. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety specifically like around the flight because I'm pretty claustrophobic and I really don't like heights.
Okay. Yeah, and your trip is to London, so that is quite the flight.
Yeah.
All right. I understand why that would be scary. Have you been on a flight before?
I have a few times.
Okay. What are some things that got you through your flights before?
I would say, well, trying to sleep if I can, but it's a long flight, so I worry that I won't be able to just like sleep through the whole thing like I have maybe in the past.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe like reading a comfort book or a show or crafting.
Okay, those are all good ideas. Um, is the flight gonna have Wi-Fi so you can watch a show or download something on your phone?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and you have your boyfriend with you, so you can have someone
Yeah.
to talk to.
Hmm.
Crafts are good. I know you like crafting.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and on the trip, you're nervous about what's gonna happen on the trip, right?
Yeah, I am feeling a little bit anxious about that. Me and my boyfriend have been together for quite a few years, and this is our first like big trip out of the country, and I don't know.
Okay, so in the flight, between the flight and um, being in London and all those, what is the most stressful? What's causing you the most stress right now?
I would definitely say the flight, um, just because I don't know what to expect. I've never been on a flight that long before. We will have to switch planes like, once, I think, on the way there, and maybe once
Okay.
on the way back. Um, yeah,
Okay. Where's your layover at?
Minneapolis.
Okay, so still in the United States. That's good.
Yeah.
Have you maybe look up how far away like the gate is or something and kind of ease your mind?
Yeah, I think that would help because I am always worried and anxious
Mm-hmm.
too about missing a flight, especially when I'm not close to home.
Right. Do you get to pick where you sit?
I don't.
Okay. If you the closer you sit to the front, the
Hmm.
earlier you get off of the plane.
Oh, okay. That's helpful to know.
Hmm. So then the farther you're on the back the plane, it takes you longer to get off and then it takes you
Yeah.
longer to get to your next spot.
Well, I'm hopeful that we have a spot closer to the front of the plane then so I can get out of there.
Okay. Yeah. And back to so you're anxious about the flight and how long it is and you're claustrophobic and
Hmm.
afraid of heights. Um, do you think it would help you to sit next to the window or away from the window?
I think it would help me to sit away from the window so that I'm not able to see how high up we are.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense. What would you rate your anxiety for the flight from 0 to 10? 10 being the highest.
Like a 10.
A 10? Okay, that's pretty extreme.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, when did this anxiety start?
Um, I've only been on a plane a couple times and they were pretty short trips and those were pretty hard for me as well. I was with family, so for one of those, like I had to sit in the window seat. So I think that did make it worse because I could see how high up we were. I've always been afraid of heights too, for as long as I can remember. Um, and I think having some of the unknown of a longer flight is increasing the anxiety that I already have about being on a plane, being in a tight space with people, and being high up in the sky.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So, do you think it started for your trip to London when you found out about it, or when you got tickets, or?
I think once we had tickets,
Hmm.
that's when it like really started to kick in.
Okay, and then how often are you how much is it impacting your life? How often are you having this every day? Every couple of days? Once a
Mm,
week?
I would say probably every day. I
Every
think about
day?
it, especially since I'm leaving soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's increased more.
Okay, and how long every day do you think it is?
Mm, I think it's probably spaced up throughout the day, but total maybe, I don't know, at least an hour or two of my day that I spend thinking about it.
Okay, so you are rating your anxiety at a level 10. It started when you got tickets.
Hmm.
It is you're having level 10 anxiety every day for like a couple of hours a day. That sounds about
Hmm.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that you think would help you to calm you a little bit? Um, get your anxiety lower from a 10, maybe to an 8?
I think if I had like some useful skills to
Okay.
use to lower my anxiety rate, that would be helpful.
Okay. So you're afraid of heights.
Hmm.
Um, so I think not sitting next to the window is good because then you don't look down.
Yeah.
Um, I think that do you ever do like any grounding exercises? Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Where you do there's like 5 things that you see
Hmm.
that you name off in your head or out loud. And then you would do like 4 things that you can hear. So you're using your 5 senses and um, going through them and kind of counting down. So like maybe 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, um, 3 things that you can touch, maybe 2 things that you can smell, and then 1 thing that you can like taste. And that can
Okay.
kind of bring you back into, but don't do 5 things that you can taste because that might be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, that might be a little bit tricky on a plane.
Yes. So, this would be something good that maybe your boyfriend can help you with if he knows how to do it. So if he sees you getting anxious,
Hmm.
then he can remind you to do that. Also just doing the deep breathing where you're doing like a square breathing. So you breathe in, you hold it while you go, and then you exhale and you're making a square on your body.
Okay.
And that can help because it's bringing you back grounded and you
Hmm.
when you're breathing like that, it can help relax you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I think those would be a couple helpful things. We can talk again more next week, right before your flight.
Okay.
Um, and I think that if we can get your anxiety for the flight to go down a little bit, that would be really helpful for you.
Yeah.
Um, even if it's like less often or something like that as well, and just kind of help you get through this so you can enjoy London.
Okay. Thank you
Okay,
so much, Lydia.
you're welcome. All right, see you next week.
See you next week.